Hello students, welcome back to your channel EdTech Guruji, and the series we are doing is Vigyan Ka Gyan. Topic today we are going to deal with is scalars and vectors. This is 11th standard topic and today is lecture number 5. I hope that you all have seen the previous 4 lectures. If not, please have a look. The link of the playlist is in the description box for easy access. Alright, so today we are going to cover angle between two vectors, and also we will just have a small understanding about what is vector algebra. So without further delays, let us begin today's class. The topic is angle between two vectors. So let us consider that there is this vector A. Okay, so here we have vector A, and then there is another vector B. Okay, here is another vector B. Now I want to find the angle between these two vectors. So this is vector B. I want to find the angle between A bar and B bar. Then I need to move this vector. So we have seen in the previous lectures that you can move a vector without changing its orientation and magnitude. That is, you can move it linearly, मतलब आगे पीछे, and parallel to itself, मतलब ऊपर नीचे. Okay, so what we will do, we will move this vector like this. Okay, now you see here is an angle. Okay, so this is the angle. If I am saying this is B bar, so now this becomes the angle between A bar and B bar. So what did I do? I joined these two vectors from tail to tail. I joined these two vectors from tail to tail. So whenever we want to find the angle between two vectors, we must join the two vectors from tail to tail. Let us look at another example here. Now this is another vector. Let us say this time this is vector C. Okay, and another vector is here. Okay, now this is D bar. Okay, I want to find the angle between C bar and D bar. So what to do again? So I know that in such a case I have to join tail to tail. So I will move this vector in this manner. Okay, so here you see again I have joined the two tails of these vectors. Okay, I have joined the two tails. Now this is the angle between C bar and D bar. Okay, now not only really tail to tail, I could have taken a different approach. I could have moved the vector and joined them from head to head. That is also okay. Okay, so let me move it here. So let me say if the original vector wherever it was, I could have just moved and joined their head to head. Now you see this is head to head here. So now this angle is also going to be the correct angle between the two vectors. Okay, so that means I can either join the two vectors from tail to tail, or I can join them from head to head. It is okay, and in such a case the angle between the two vectors is our correct answer. Okay, let us move ahead. If there are any questions coming to your mind, park it. I'm sure that it will be cleared by the end of this class. If not, you can comment it later and I will definitely get back to you. Okay, so let us say this was our vector C bar. Okay, this was our vector C bar. Okay, now another vector D bar, which I moved it, it was like this in this direction, and I said this is my angle. There can be a question to you that, sir, there is one more angle between C bar and D bar, which is here this is also the angle between two vectors. So why are we not considering this angle, and why are you talking about this angle here? Okay, so let me tell you that whenever we measure the angle between two vectors, if you will see in any of these cases, we will always take the smaller angle between the two vectors. Like here also I have a bigger angle. Okay, I have not considered. Here also I had a bigger angle. Here also I had a bigger angle. Okay, so what we can do is we can either connect them tail to tail, or we can join them head to head and then measure the smaller angle between them. Okay, so we will always consider the smaller angle between the two vectors as the correct angle. I hope this you have all noted. So two key points. Okay, two key points for angle between two vectors. How will we measure? First, join them tail to tail or head to head, and second, measure smaller angle between them. The smaller angle will always be your right answer. Okay, so you can join them tail to tail or head to head and then take the smaller angle between them. That will be your correct answer. So now let us understand with the help of examples how to find and calculate the angle between two vectors. Let us say we have a vector A here. Okay, so this is your A bar, and here there is another vector given to you. Let us say this is your B bar. Okay, this is your B bar. Now the angle between them currently is given to you as 30 degrees. Okay, now first question is this the right angle between the two vectors? Yes or no? Definitely not. Why? Because if we see here, the two vectors are not connected head to head or tail to tail. The head of one is connected to the tail of other. So this cannot be the correct answer. So what we need to do? What are the steps? There are two steps. First, I have to connect them either head to head or tail to tail. So let me just move this B vector ahead. Okay, so now I have moved this B vector here. This is my B vector. I have not changed its orientation nor its magnitude. Okay, so this is my B vector. Now we clearly see that here this total angle becomes 180. Okay, 180, and I want to find out this angle. So students, this particular angle will be how much? This will be 180 minus 30, right? That means the correct angle between the two vectors is 150 degrees, because I need to always take the smaller angle. If this is 150, definitely the other angle will be bigger than 150, because 360 का आधा कितना हुआ? 180, right? और ये 180 से छोटा वैल्यू आ रहा है. That means the other side of the angle will be more than 180. So the correct answer in this case is 150. Now let us have a look at it another way. तो ये था हमारा B वेक्टर. ओके, ये हमारा B वेक्टर था और ये था हमारा A वेक्टर. ठीक है, ये हमारा क्या था? A वेक्टर. दोनों के बीच का एंगल कितना है? 30. अब हमने लास्ट टाइम क्या किया? हमने B को मूव किया. अब हम इस बार क्या करते हैं? A को मूव करते हैं. ठीक है, तो हमने A को पीछे मूव कर दिया. ठीक है, दोनों वेक्टर्स के बीच में कितना एंगल दिया हुआ है? 30 डिग्री. ओके, अब हमें फाइंड क्या करना है? अब हमें ये वाला एंगल फाइंड करना है. ठीक है, तो अब हमें समझ में आ रहा है कि ये पूरा कितना है? 180. अगर ये पूरा 180 है तो स्टूडेंट्स ये वाला जो एंगल है ये कितना होगा? फिर से 180 माइनस 30, इसका मतलब ये हो जाएगा 150 डिग्रीज. तो इट डजंट मैटर whether you move B vector or you move A vector, as far as the angle between the two vectors are considered in a given set of vectors, the angle between them will remain the same irrespective which of the vectors you try and move. So the ground rule is same. Okay, you first join the given two vectors from tail to tail or head to head and then measure the smaller angle between them. That is your right answer. चलो एक last question और करते हैं. Let us say this is our one of the vectors. Okay, this is C bar. Let us say this vector is C bar, and then there is another vector here which is D bar. This is vector D bar. Okay, and the angle between them here is given to you this time 20 degrees. Okay, 20 degrees दिया हुआ है. तो अब हम क्या करेंगे? हमने एक वेक्टर को मूव किया in such a way that either उनका हेड टू हेड जुड़े या तो फिर टेल टू टेल. सो यहाँ पे हमने क्या जोड़ दिया है? यहाँ पे हमने उनको जोड़ा है हेड टू हेड से, राइट? यहाँ पे हेड टू हेड, यहाँ पे टेल टू टेल. सो डजंट मैटर. ओके, तो यहाँ पे हमने वापस उनको हेड टू हेड जोड़ दिया. इसका मतलब ये जो एंगल है ये हमें कैलकुलेट करना है. ये एंगल कितना होगा? 180 माइनस 20. दैट मीन्स दिस एंगल इज गोइंग टू बी 160 degrees. So guys, I hope that it is clear to you how to calculate the angle between two vectors. Okay, now moving ahead, what is vector algebra? See students, whenever we add two numbers or two scalars, okay, Let me give you an example here. If I say I move from point A in this direction, okay, and from here I went to this particular direction, okay, so this is point A, point B and point C. I'm saying A to B I moved 10 meters and B to C I moved 5 meters. Okay, what is the total distance? Calculate the total distance. So you will simply say, so the total distance you moved is 10 plus 5, which is equal to 15 meters. Okay, so when we add a scalar, we use normal algebra. Okay, so this is, we use the normal algebra. Okay, addition and subtraction. But this is not going to happen in the case of a vector. Okay, let us have one more example here. Let us say there is a tap. Okay, here there is a tap and इसमें से कुछ पानी निकल रहा है, ठीक है. So water is coming out from this tap and we have a bucket here. Okay, so we have a bucket. Okay, here we have a bucket and the water is coming out from this tap at 1 liter per second. So in 3 seconds, how much water will get filled? So you will see that it is simple. Okay, 1 liter per second के हिसाब से पानी निकल रहा है, तो 3 seconds में the volume of the bucket which will be filled by water will be 3 liters. Fine, very fine. Okay. Now I say that here we have another smaller tap. Okay, we have another smaller tap. So if we have a smaller tap here, and now the water which is coming out from this tap is at the rate of 0.5 liter per second. So now you have two taps. So let us say this was tap 1 and this is tap 2. Okay. So now you will say, sir, now this will become the volume of the first tap only. Okay, this was the volume which was being filled by the first tap. So now volume which will be filled is how much? So 3 into 0.5. 3 into 0.5 means 1.5 liter. So now 1.5 liter is more coming into it. So now in 3 seconds, the total amount of volume, okay, we can say it is V total. Okay, total volume which will be filled will be 3 liters from the bigger tap and 1.5 liter from the smaller tap. Matlab 4.5 liters will be your answer. So here we are using normal algebra. Whenever we are adding the scalars, volume is also a scalar. So whenever we add scalars, okay, we use normal algebra. Okay, but in case of vector, it is not so. Let us say there is a block of mass m. Okay, so here we have a force acting on this block. We can say it is F1 and this is of 10 newtons. Okay, if I say that another force acting in the opposite direction of the same magnitude F2, again it is 10 newtons and it is opposite direction. So what will happen? So then you will immediately say, sir, we have studied in 9th standard that net force here will be 0 Newton, and this type of force is called as a balanced force. Okay, this is called as a balanced force. Balanced force never changes the state of motion or direction of any body. It has to be a unbalanced force. ये हमने 9th में पढ़ा हुआ है, थोड़ा 10th में भी हमने पढ़ा हुआ है, right? So here we see that something happened. Here we did not simply took 10 and 10 and we added them as 20. We gave the answer as 0. That means direction also matters. So this kind of an addition, okay, will be done with the help of vector algebra. So this is vector algebra, right? This is vector algebra. If I would have said that on the same block here, okay, which is of mass m, you have one force F1 and then there is another force F2 and each force is of 10 Newton acting in the same direction, then you would have said, sir, in this case F net will be 10 plus 10. That means it is going to be 20 newtons. तो मैंने तो दोनों एग्जांपल्स में 10 न्यूटन लगाया, बट बिकॉज ऑफ द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द टू फोर्सेस एक बार तुमने मुझे आंसर दिया है 0, एक बार तुमने आंसर दिया है 20. ओके, इसका मतलब अगर मेरे पास दो वेक्टर्स हैं, ओके, अब मैं इस केस में तुमसे पूछ सकता हूँ कि व्हाट इज द मिनिमम फोर्स इन एनी कॉम्बिनेशन. तो यू विल से, सर, मिनिमम फोर्स जो है वो कितना लग रहा है, 0 न्यूटन का लग रहा है, और मैक्सिमम फोर्स कितना लग रहा है, मैक्सिमम फोर्स लग रहा है 20 न्यूटन्स का. अगर मैं बोलता यही मास यहाँ पर पड़ा है m का, एक फोर्स लग रहा है इस डायरेक्शन में 10 न्यूटन का और एक फोर्स लग रहा है किसी और डायरेक्शन में, ठीक है, इन सम पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन विच इज F2, अगेन इट इज 10 न्यूटन. now what will be the force? So now you know that sir minimum force जो था वो तब लग रहा था जब दोनों के बीच में एंगल कितना था 180 डिग्री का, ठीक है, तो मिनिमम फोर्स लग रहा था। और मैक्सिमम फोर्स कब लग रहा है? जब दोनों के बीच में एंगल है 0 डिग्री का। अब ये 180 और 0 के बीच में है, तो इसका मतलब ना 0 है ना 20 है, तो यू कैन से सर समवेयर बिटवीन 0 न्यूटन टू 20 न्यूटन इसके बीच का फोर्स लग रहा होगा। अब इसे कैसे कैलकुलेट किया जाए? हाउ विल यू कैलकुलेट दिस फोर्स is what we are going to study in the next class. I hope that this is clear to you why we need vector algebra. It is to calculate vectors. So how are they added, how are they subtracted, how are they multiplied, all this we will cover in the topic called vector algebra. So now in the next class, students, we will study laws of vector addition, how we add the given vectors. Okay, so dear students, till then, take care, stay tuned to the channel, like the video, subscribe and share the channel if not already with all your friends and ask them to do the same. This is your EdTech Guru signing off. Happy learning.